Marshmallow Fanboy back with another action figure review, this time for the Julie Newmar version of Catwoman from the classic 66 Batman TV series from McFarlane Toys classic 66 line that is, as of now, still Target exclusive completely. I'm sorry about the junk on the bubble. It came with it came through the mail, and it came with a label on it, a giant barcode. I tried to get that off. So I wish, this was a Target Collector Con exclusive. I wish they would have treated it a little bit nicer, and I would have gotten it in good condition. I wasn't going to submit it for grading. I'm still going to open it, but if I imagine there are a few people who sent it back and said try again. So the package is the same as the Eartha Kitt version. You see just a different head sculpt. Let me back the light up just a little bit so you can see different head sculpt. And you see the glittery costume on her. This is, except for the head sculpt, everything is reuse. I'm sure the call outs are probably reuse as well, but I'll dig out the Eartha Kitt version and I'll check that out once I've got her open. But this is the back, a nice portrait, just like the Eartha Kitt version had an Eartha Kitt likeness on there, and it had the picture, and it says, of course, Batmobile, designed by George Barris, which is a really nice touch. He's passed on, but he did a lot of work in Hollywood. He did a lot of designing, and there might be an agreement with the George Barris estate that anytime you use the Batmobile, you have to maybe credit him. I'm not sure. Or it could be that McFarlane himself is just a really big fan of George Barris. He's done a lot of cars that were Hot Wheels and were models back in the day, and McFarlane might be just a giant fan of his. So I'm going to crack this thing open. I'm going to take a closer look, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that the Julie Newmar version is out of box and paired with the Eartha Kitt version, there are a lot of similarities. First, the costumes have small changes, but they're basically the same. It does come with the same two call outs, the IE and the EOW call outs. So nothing different there, and you can see they're identical. No coloration differences or anything like that. But with the two, let me move this way up. You see that the Julie Newmar version is a little bit darker, just a glossy black, and the Eartha Kitt one is kind of a flat, really dark gray, bordering right on black, and it could be the necklaces. Julie Newmar's looks shinier, or I don't know. It looks the same. Objectively, I can't really tell the difference, if there's any difference in the necklace. I'm going to say no differences. I'm going to take this off and this off so I can deal with that a little bit better. A common complaint with McFarlane Toys is that you're giving us two figures with the same sculpt, and all you needed to do was give us a different head. But in this case, the skin tones are different. So if you'd just given us a different head, it would not have been it would have been incongruous. Of course, they're not the same. Also, the hair completely different on each of them. So I've thought that might affect the range of motion, except that these Batman 66 figures don't really have a range of motion. Eartha looks down a little bit, looks up a little bit. Julie Newmar looks down a tiny bit, maybe up just a tiny bit. But essentially, they both got the cat ears, and like I said, the Julie Newmar one, gosh, close up now, it doesn't look like the Julie Newmar one is. It's darker. Objectively, it's darker, and that could be to complement the skin tones too. Could be that the darker looked good on Julie and the lighter looked good on Eartha. Maybe it complements the skin tone somehow, or makes it stand out a little bit more. But either way, let me back the camera up just a little bit so I can fit their heads in. Great sculpt on the faces. Let me back the light up a little bit. There we go. Great likenesses. I mean, they're not exact, but they are very good. So let me do this again. I did this with Eartha, but I'm going to do it with Julie Newmar's figure also. So the head, yes, all the way around. I hate doing all the way around. It just feels weird. The arm goes all the way around. There's a lot of, it's tight. Goes up a little, so you can really get that slashing motion out. It has a swivel at the elbow. And the hand twists, but no hinge on that hand. And the waist torso twists. And the legs, you're only going to get sort of back and forth range of motion. It's not going to go outward at all. And the knee is not double jointed, but there is a swivel at the knee, which is nice for standing them because they're a pain to stand up. The feet don't do anything. So like I said, it was a little difficult to stand up. I'm not sure what poses I got the Eartha version into, but the Julie Newmar version was a pain in the butt to pose. So nothing on the bottom. So you folks who are super good with Dremels and dropping little magnets into the feet and sticking them to metal sheets to pose on your shelves, that's all you. It's a tiny foot, so be careful. But it's a really nice figure. I really am a fan of the Batman 66 series. I missed out at first. I didn't want to get them because I didn't want to collect these. They're Target exclusives, and that, and I was already collecting a lot of other stuff. I already wasn't getting the Cobra Island stuff, so I was sort of thinking, I don't want to collect anything that's Target exclusive. Now that I've missed out on that first version of Batman, I can't go back and just get all of them. Although now they have the villains layer, and I'm thinking I'd really like to have all the villains in the villains layer. But that is a discussion for another time. For now, I really liked the Catwoman figures. They are the only Batman 66 figures that I own. Let me think. Yeah, I'm positive those are the only two figures I own. And it was at first it was like, well, that's Eartha Kitt, that's very cool. And then it was like, well, that's Julie, that's both the Catwomans, and I like the Catwoman figure. So this was a great addition to the collection, and you should get it. I don't know if they're hanging on pegs at Target. I haven't seen them, but I haven't seen a lot of the Batman 66 figures on pegs. So as of right now in August, they're still on Target.com. Not the Eartha Kitt version, but the Julie Newmar version. So go ahead and pick that up. And until next time, enjoy your toys.